Welcome back to the channel, guys. I found a 2022 Toyota Tundra SR 4x2. So this is the cheapest Toyota Tundra that you can actually purchase, and I found one here at Dark Cars Toyota. Be sure to give them a look up. They are allowing me to do this video today, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So here is the truck we're going to be reviewing today. So this is going to be a 4x2 SR Crew Max 5.5 foot bed. As far as packages go, the SR tow package is the only package for the SR, and it includes the Class 4 receiving hitch and a 7-pin connector. All-weather floor liner, stainless steel door edge guard, and non-skid spray-on bed liner are the other options listed on this truck. Destination came in at $1695 with a total price of $41,023. Fuel economy is slightly improved with the standard output twin turbo V6, 24 on the highway, 18 in the city with a 20 combined city and highway. Now check out your front grille and just the overall appearance. This does look pretty good for a base model truck. So around the grille you do have like a painted like black surround, which looks really nice actually. And you do have LED headlights, high and low beam. And you have an incandescent turn signal too. Now they do have a sensor up front here for like the pre-collision systems, things like that. Now I am very surprised. This is where your fog lights would go. They don't give you a chance to do like a bump out here, so where you can just pop this out and add like a LED fog light here. But if you want those types of features, I guess you just have to get a higher trim level. But it looks good overall. I noticed that there's not any active grille shutters on the front end too. I mean, even above the headlights, they have like a little accent up here with some lines. And then like they have like a polished look on the side here. Now, because this is a base model truck, you do have a steel wheel. Now it is an 18-inch wheel, and it does have a 245/75/18 tire, and this is a Yokohama. And here's some of the capacities for that tire. So 2,469 pounds. This is more like a XL, like probably like an extra load. So if you would like to do some towing with this may be something you might want to upgrade. Now you do have a double wishbone front suspension. It's going to be independent. And that's something that Toyota typically does on their trucks. They do put a fabric material inside of here, which makes it a little bit easier to clean out, and it should help with sound deadening too. They build the fender flares, you know, into the side of the truck here. Sorry about the wind, it's really windy today, but they do stamp like a fender flare into the side here. It looks really clean. You're gonna have a black appearance for the mirrors, which is typical for the low trim levels, and for the door handles. So there's no turn signals or anything like that on the mirrors. Now, if you do get a crew cab, you only can get the 5.5 foot bed, which I was hoping they would change that, or at least make it an option for like the lower trim levels to get a longer bed. You have a 22.5 gallon fuel tank, and here's some of the information on that too. Sorry I went so fast. But out back you do have a coiled sprung suspension. I kind of wish, and this is just me being picky again, I kind of wish that Toyota made it available to have air suspension out back, but you cannot get that on the lower trim levels. You do get a limited slip differential out back, 331 rear axle, and the only optional equipment that you can get apart from accessories is the tow package, which is going to give you the Class 4 receiving hitch, and you get the 7 and 4-pin connector. They do have LED reverse lamps and tail lights, and you have a backup camera. It is assisted, which is really nice. And here's your high mount. Now let's see how heavy this tailgate is. Not too bad. They do stamp Tundra in the tailgate. You can actually do like a blackout in the middle of that too if you like. And here's a better look at this suspension too out back. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and take a look under the hood real quickly. The SR Tundra does come standard with the standard output twin turbo V6, so it's going to be good for 348 horsepower, 405 pound-feet of torque, and there is no option to upgrade to the higher output. It is mated to a 10-speed transmission, and I will say Toyota did a good job gearing that trans to, for that low-end torque. So I did drive one of these, and you'll see that video, or if you haven't seen it, you can go back and watch it. But this truck does put down the power pretty nicely. So overall, you do have a 2-intake design because of that twin turbo setup here. So if you were to upgrade these, you probably would get a little bit more gain too, a lot more air going into the engine there. And it does feel, like you have a lot of space inside of here too. Like, it's not easy to work on by any means. Like, if you want to get those belts off, I mean, this is going to be pretty much a challenge, but for the most part, it does look kind of small inside this truck. Alright guys, so check out this interior. This looks really good. You have some soft touching on this door, but for the most part, you do have a lot of hard plastics, like all down here, all right there, which is to be expected for something like this. Power windows, power door locks. You do have automatic up and down front and rear windows, and you can control these mirrors by power. I am so glad to see this little guy. This is something that I love about Toyota. Now, I did not see this on a higher trim level that I did on that Platinum, and I'm wondering if those are auto leveling headlights. I'm sure in that video I'll touch on that, but that's something I love to see. And you do have lights for the bed, auto stop start, and then you can adjust the interior lights inside of here too. So let's go ahead and step inside. Flat floor surface. They do give you a grab handle. Now, I am not surprised to see that they do a lighter color roof in here. That's just something that you're going to see in Toyotas. Now, as I mentioned, or maybe I didn't mention to you guys, Dark Horse is closed today, so hopefully I'll come back and I will show you guys all this stuff on. Just wanted to at the very least show you guys this lower trim level because you don't really see them this way. But here's some of your audio controls on this side. Your cruise control, you have radar cruise control, pre-collision warning, all that good stuff in a base model truck. And as you guys saw on the window sticker, this truck is perfectly priced for someone who just needs a truck to do some heavy lifting. You do have a large side screen here too, for the most part. And there would be a charging station down below, but I see that this one does not have that feature. But overall, a decently appointed interior. Again, 25 years ago, work trucks looked so basic. I mean, just to have power windows and power door locks was like a big deal. And now today, I mean, you get things like telescoping steering wheel, you get LED headlights. I mean, it's just crazy the stuff that they do now. Now up top here, you do have LED lights, which is another surprise. Even on like Rams, they don't do that for the lower trim levels. This is gonna not have that vanity mirror. Not even on this side, that's surprising. And all hard plastic, and that's to be expected. This is something that Toyota does. If they do a base model, they make sure you know it's base. But this is not bad looking. Like, I love this design actually. It's very like clean. They still give you push button start, traction control still on here, and they still give you the hold for the brake. So if you're in drive, you can push that button. You have to have your seatbelt on for it to work, so just keep that in mind. You don't have dual climate control, but everything is digital too, and they give you a USB type C on the right hand side there. And then here's a better look at that storage down below. And in the center console, you do have this that slides, open storage, and then there's a button. There's one on each side too. And you have deep storage down below. You have coin holder, and you have additional type A and type C USBs in this storage area. In the last video I did, I could not find how to slide that rear glass, and I was hoping Toyota didn't stop doing that. So it is up here. You do have a sunglass holder, pretty big too. You could probably put 2 up there, and it does have like a nice little soft trim piece inside of this area too, so it doesn't vibrate. And that's pretty much it. Let's jump over to this side so I can show you a few things. I didn't show you the seats as well on that side, so check out the graphics. That's one thing I love about these newer trucks. When you got a base trim level, they used to have some wacky designs for the interior. And this is really nice, actually. Very basic looking, and I like that better than the wacky stuff they did back in the day. You do have an open storage area up top. And your glove box is soft open. And decent size, actually. And let's take a look out back. Now, thank you Toyota for doing what sometimes Ram won't do for me. 60-40 bench on a base model. I don't know why this is hard to do, but Toyota has managed to find it to be cost effective in this truck. You do have some AC vents back here, and check out the storage below the seat. This is all hard plastic too. I would like to see them rubberize this, that way it doesn't get all scratched up and look nasty. In order to put the seat down too, you have to pull this and it'll drop down. And this seat is all the way back. They do give you a grab handle on the side, and you don't really need running boards, so if you're concerned about payload, that's one less thing to deal with. This is a pretty big truck, guys. I'm really surprised. I noticed that you can no longer recline these rear seats. I remember the Crew Max did have that availability, but I don't see it now. They still do provide the LEDs out back. And overall, I wish that Toyota made an HD truck, because I would definitely take them more seriously. Even if they just offered a gas or at least a Titan XD variant. It doesn't have to have the diesel, like I said. It just has to have at least 3,000 pounds of payload or more. And I would definitely like buy a Tundra just for a year just to test that out. I would love to see them do that. But nevertheless, I doubt they will, because the big three have that market just shut down. So let me go ahead and show you guys a payload, and that will effectively end the video. Now, as far as the numbers go, the gross axle weight rating up front is going to be 4,080 pounds. The rear is going to be 3,860, and the gross vehicle weight rating is going to be 6,990 pounds. All-in payload capacity shows on this sticker at 1,400 pounds. And they do reduce that by 30 pounds based off some of the extra added equipment, so just keep that in mind too, okay?